let me put
5 years. 5 years of war and occupation. 5 years too many. Based on lies.
Of the Winter Soldier hearings that are going on around the Boston area as well as around the U.S. today. And we just want to get our message out in the street a little bit, despite the rather desultory weather. Shows our commitment and our respect for the soldiers that are putting a lot in the line to give testimony today. So let's just stand here for a little bit, and then we'll proceed on when there's a few more people.
The war now!
So why don't we just start? Moving and try to face your signs to the street somewhat, so the cars can see them as well as the people we walk by. And be careful crossing the street. If anyone has Winter Soldier stuff, come up front so it's a little bit more clear.
Testify, end the war now. Winter soldiers testify, end the war now. Winter soldiers testify, end the war now.
Stop for a bit. There are gatherings like this one of people who are watching the testimony of 100 combat veterans of the United States Armed Forces who are testifying about war crimes committed by the United States. So we are over at the First Parish Church at the corner of Church Street and Massachusetts Avenue, watching the testimony all day, and anyone who's interested is welcome to join us. We're going to make our way around the square gradually and do some standouts.
Hi. Bye. The Winter Soldiers are testifying bravely, just like they did against the war in Vietnam in '71. They're talking about how callously they treated the Iraqi people and how ashamed so many of them apologized to the Iraqi people, saying, we didn't really intend to be like this, but it just gets little by little.
Again, ladies and gentlemen, today over 100 combat veterans of the United States military are testifying against the U.S. war in Iraq and Afghanistan. They're testifying about war crimes. We're over at the First Parish Church at the corner of Church Street and Massachusetts Avenue, just a couple of blocks over there, watching the testimony. We're going to proceed now to Holyoke Center and do a little visibility there as well. It's announced that groups like this one are gathering all over the United States today to watch testimony by 100 combat veterans of the United States military who are testifying about war crimes committed by the U.S. government and U.S. military in Iraq and Afghanistan. We're over watching the testimony live at the First Parish Church at the corner of Church Street and Massachusetts Avenue. And we invite you all to join us all day. And you could also watch it on Cambridge Cable Television, Cambridge Cable Access Television, Somerville Cable Access Television, and Boston Neighborhood Network. It's live, and it's also on the web at www.ivaw.org. We're just going to be proceeding around the street today, around the square today, and telling people to come join us. This is very important for our democracy and our nation and our standing in the world. And we must protest this continuing violation of human rights in these countries and countries all over the world. Yeah.